So to bring that passion back into relationships, we wrote a book, and the book is called The Forgotten Secrets of Lasting Forever. So we studied couples who've been together for 50 plus years, and we took the experiences that we gained from them and looked at not only the couples that have like been sentenced together for 50 years, but those that actually wanted to be together for 50 years. And they were doing things that were quite unique to the other couples that were just together. They'd been in the relationship, they'd got settled into a very comfortable rut.
And the successful couples that we looked at, they even argued different from the couples that weren't successful. And we will cover that in one of our sections on how to argue and how to get your point across from a healthier perspective.
Because communication is essential. The communication skills you need. And that's one of the things that we studied and gained from looking at these couples, is the way they're interrelated. So it became like there was a system they were all using. They didn't know they were using the system, but they were actually all using it. So we encapsulated that into the book. And what we're going to do in the 29 sessions that we've got with you is run you through everything inside that system so you completely understand it. So some of the things we're going to be covering with you are things like communication, the differences between men and women, and
there's a lot.
There's a hell of a lot of differences. And I think sometimes, you know, one of the basic things that happens is when a guy communicates with a girl, what he's trying to do is he expects that she's going to communicate the same way that another guy would communicate back to him, and vice versa. That when a woman communicates to a guy, she expects that he's going to communicate like another woman would. He's going to stand there, he's going to listen, he's going to be totally interested, whereas like most guys, we just want to get to the point. So you have to understand those differences. We're going to talk about the masculine state
and the feminine, and I really am passionate about this. I feel the feminine energy has been lost, and a lot of women, and including myself, for many years, especially in the corporate world, took on a masculine energy to get their point across. And there's a gift and a wisdom in the feminine energy, and I would like to explore that with you and just take that to a deeper level.
So we're going to go through the Forgotten Secrets of Lasting Forever, the system that we have in the book. So there's 7 steps, and we'll cover each of those 7 steps in 7 different sessions. We're then going to move on to solving the problems that inevitably come up in relationships. Everything from money, sex, the kids. Because if you can't communicate and work your way through that in a particular way, 1, you're not going to feel understood. 2, you're not going to feel heard. And 3, she's going to be really, really difficult to live with.
Not. And also, you know, in the bedroom, I think women can rip themselves off in this area, and we explore the differences, the different needs, and how it can be and how it can feel. And you know, why maybe a woman doesn't feel like it, or an up and coming problem which is getting higher and higher, is a lot of men now are feeling overwhelmed or pressured and are not wanting to make love. So we'll be discussing that in a further session, which is an awesome session. It's really great to explore both sides.
We're going to cover priorities in your relationship. So if you get those priorities wrong, your relationship won't work. Like, she is the #1 thing in my life, and she knows that. And if I put anything else in the way between us, kids, work, relatives, any other things, there's going to be a problem. Now, we didn't create these rules. I'm not saying that this is the right way to do it. I'm just saying that this is what works. And if you don't acknowledge that, you're going to have problems in a relationship.
And we're also going to cover step families, because there's a lot of step families around, and there really is certain patterns of behaviour that need to be put into place for that family unit to be successful, and for the couple to really nurture each other and grow at the same time as looking after both sets of children.
We're going to talk about love languages, that there are various channels that we have to convey that love to each other. And if we don't really know that person's channel, then they're not really going to experience the love that we're sending to them.
And also we'll look at patterns of behaviour that have been passed down from our parents, and some of those patterns of behaviour are fantastic and keep them, and some of those patterns of behaviour aren't so good, and it's time to look at them and let's see what's working for you and let's see what's not working for you. And from here then, it's what sort of a relationship do you want to create? What sort of person do you want to be? And sometimes we have to move backwards from that person.
We're going to deal with blended families. We're going to deal with how you deal with kids in the relationships. And because if you're going to get that area right, as I'm sure you all know, that's going to create major problems. Spending time together, how you actually create that time. How do you make time in our busy lives? You know, lives are very different now to the lives that our parents led. So there's much more pressure on us.
It's really the new wealth nowadays. It's not money, it's time.
And being able to create that time for each other in the relationship, being able to spend the time together is oh so important. And how do you move together in a relationship? How do you grow in the relationship? Because it's so important that both partners feel like you're actually growing and moving in a direction. Because if that isn't present in a relationship, again, it's a rule. There's going to be problems in the relationship caused by that. And lastly, how do you get that lasting commitment moving forward together in the relationship where you just know that nothing can threaten it, that no outside influence, and you're not going to go elsewhere to get your needs met because they're all being met here in the relationship. When you find that, you truly have the forgotten secrets of lasting forever. So we really look forward to spending some time with you. We're basically going to have a month together, and we're very excited about bringing this to you and showing you how you can create the relationship of passion, love, and just a really soft place for you ladies to fall, and for you guys, a place where you know that she's got your back. She's always going to be there for you and supporting you. So thanks for listening. We'll be back soon, and we'll see you in the next session. Take care until then.
See you soon.